Hello and welcome to Creative Sparkle. My name's Holly and today we're doing an art journal prompt list. So grab your art supplies and let's get crafting. Hello and thank you for joining me today. So I'm working in a normal sketchbook, so I think there's no need to prime on this particular page. And because of the first prompt, which is to start your page adding map or atlas pieces or fragments, I have decided that I want to overlap them all so you won't be able to see the background anyway. So even if I was working in a recycled book, I wouldn't need to prime a page. So as you can see, I have an atlas that I believe that I bought from a charity shop just to use for my crafting, and I'm using a simple Pritt stick or glue stick to stick segments down. So I'm just going to tear each piece off and stick them onto the page, as simple as that. Obviously, if you don't have a map available, you could print something off or use some scrapbook paper that looks like a map. It's completely up to you how you want to approach this prompt, so there are no rules, so you just do what you feels best for your page. So once we've finished sticking all of those down, prompt number 2 is to use a thin wash of 2 colours over the background. So I've chosen to go with blue and green, and I'm actually going to do the thin wash so it kind of looks a little bit like a horizon on the background. I just thought it went well with what I was using. So the blue thin wash goes at the top, and then I will do the green thin wash at the bottom. You could do patterns over the background or do a border with one wash and then the centre with the other. Just go with whatever you feel is best for your page. So prompt number 3 is to stamp, use paint and fruit or vegetable over the full page. So I've chosen to go with this lighter green colour, and I have the core of a lettuce that I cut off and I'm just simply stamping that over the background as the prompt said. So get your fruit or vegetables and get them stamped over the background. So moving on to prompt number 4. Once that's dry, we'll add some highlights and or sparkles to your stamping. So I've chosen to use metallic pens in blue and green again. So we have the sparkle requested from the prompt, and I'm just going to outline the blue on the blue background around those edges of the vegetable print, and then I'm going to use the green one to highlight the outline over the green part of the background. So you'll see what I mean in a moment. If you prefer, you could add some glitter or simply add some white to highlight those pieces. It's whatever you decide. So once you're happy with that step, we'll move on to prompt number 5, which is to find an image of a building or structure and use this as your focal image. So this building or structure that I have is a mushroom little house. I did have a garden shed from a garden booklet, but just the size of it wasn't right for what I needed. So I decided to go with this mushroom stamp that I have in my stash. And I'm just going to use watercolour paints to add colour to the image, and I wanted to go with that traditional red topped mushroom that we all think of when we think of a spotted mushroom. So that's the colours that I went for, and once I've finished painting that, I will fussy cut it and get it stuck down on the page. So obviously your structure could be anything from the Eiffel Tower, or it could be a dog shed. It could be whatever you think goes best with your page or whatever you want it to be. So I'm just sticking that down with some simple PVA glue or school glue if you like to call it that, and then we'll move on to prompt number 6, which is to add streamers or bunting to your page. So I have this die cut in my stash again, and I've used the same colour palette to use watercolour paints to colour that in. And now I'm using a silver metallic pen just to add something for the streamers to stand on. So the bunting will also stand on that, and it has that silver to just edge it as well. I don't know if you can see, but the edges around those little flags are silver. So I'm just sticking that down again with simple PVA glue, and once that's stuck down we'll move on to the next prompt. So prompt number 7 is to add a border to your page using colours relating to your page. So I've chosen to go with the background colours, and this time instead of using the cohesive colours with the segments, I'm going to use the opposing colours. So I've got some lace from my drawer and just sticking it down. So the blue is on the bottom with the green, and then the green lace will be at the top with the blue background. So I will trim the edges once those are stuck down. Obviously you could use paint for your border, or you can use glitter, or you can use a pen and just draw a border. It's completely up to you how you want to approach this part of the page. I just, for some reason, like using lace for my borders. I think you may have seen that in the past, but I just think it looks nice. So moving on to prompt number 8, we're going to put some ephemera on the page to add interest. So I have these pre-cut flowers with a little gem in the middle, and I'm going to use the colours that match the page. So you can see the top there I've got blue and green, and then on the bottom I'm going to add some red and pink ones and add them with the same glue I've been using, so just some regular PVA or school glue. So prompt number 9 is to add a title or quote in cohesive colours, and luckily I actually have a sticker set that has something that goes well with my page. So these dreams come true as my title, and I'll stick that down, and that's as simple as that. It's quite a simple page. So the 10th and final prompt is to add splashes or splatters to finish. So because I have that one little flag that's yellow and nothing else on the page is yellow, I decided that to bring the page together, I think yellow splashes was the best idea. So that's the page finished. Nice and simple today. So thank you for watching, and if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you do decide to take part in the prompt list, I would love to see your creations, so do tag me on Instagram with the hashtag #SparklePrompts, and I will see you next time, where we will turn your creative spark into creative sparkle. Thanks. Bye.